Hello everyone, how y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Hope you're all doing wonderful. But welcome. Today we are just gonna be reading some Reddit stories. I am not having the best mental day. Today's been kind of rough for me, so I'm kind of gonna, if I can speak English, I'm gonna just take it easy today. I found some Reddit horror stories that I'm gonna end up reading for a YouTube video. So I might end up taking this and translating it into that YouTube video. I might find news stories for that. I'm not entirely sure. So basically today is just going to be a reading stream where I found some stories and we're just going to chill out and we're going to evaluate what we think about the stories and everything like that too. So if you're not here for that, if you're not here for just chilling out, relaxing, I completely understand. There's probably not going to be any gameplay going on today unless I end up deciding to start playing Minecraft, because for those that don't know, I pull up Minecraft and just have it on in the background so that you guys have something to kind of watch, stare at, see the world interact around it as I'm reading. So I apologize if I'm not paying super close attention to chat while I'm reading the stories. I will do my best to look in between paragraphs and different stories, obviously. But I think we have 7 stories total currently that I have picked out, and these are all from the subreddit. If I can learn how to use Reddit, I should learn how to use this if I'm going to end up reading more from it. R/true scary stories. So basically, the whole thing about the subreddit is it's supposedly true horror stories. I don't know how true that actually is, but you know, we're gonna see. Also, I didn't realize that things didn't save there. There we go. Hopefully things are also working okay, because my OBS was being a little bit funky, but let's hop right into it. So basically, again, I'm just gonna leave the game running, just let the villagers do what they do, anything like that. So this is the modded Isle of Burke. That's the mod pack name. This is the Isle of Burke pack, so the Claws of Burke. So there could be dragons that hop in, I don't know. But I'm gonna hop right into it. We're gonna start reading, and yeah, like I said, today's one of those days where it's just gonna be a chill stream, so if anyone has any questions about anything whatsoever regarding stream content, even myself, anything along those lines, please feel free. That is more than welcome. It's just gonna be a chill day. Other than that, we're probably gonna move locations a few times if people ask if they want to go to a certain biome or something. I do not mind. I am in creative, so we can just kind of fly around, do whatever. Hello, sir. But anyways, our first story. Again, this is from r/true scary stories. Our first story is called Exploring an Abandoned Hospital at 3 a.m. We regret it. I never planned to go there that night. It just happened. Me and my friend had been talking about abandoned places for weeks. There was this old hospital outside town that had been shut down for years. People said strange things happened there, but we never really believed it. Around 2:30 in the morning, we decided to go. The drive felt longer than usual. The roads were empty and everything felt strangely quiet. When we finally reached the hospital, it looked worse than I imagined. Oh, Eisenberg boy, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. It means a lot. I'm hoping. Oh, I didn't mean to move those. I didn't mean to move that. I just wanted to make sure everything was working properly. But thank you for subscribing. Thank you. It means a lot. Anyways, as I was saying, the drive felt longer than usual. The roads were empty and everything felt strangely quiet. Super Mario, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Stars. Hope you had your time here. When we finally reached the hospital, it was worse than I expected. The building was huge, dark, and broken, with shattered windows and walls covered in stains. We parked a little far and walked the rest of the way. The main entrance was locked, but we found a broken side door and stepped inside. The moment we entered, the air felt heavy. It's hard to explain, but it did not feel like an empty place. We turned our flashlights and started walking. The floor was covered in dust and debris. The hospital beds were left in the hallways. Some doors were half open, some others completely broken. It felt like the place had been abandoned in a hurry. At first, everything was quiet. Too quiet. We kept moving further into the building, trying to act normal, but both of us felt uneasy. I could tell my friend was nervous by the way he kept looking behind us. Then we heard it. A sound from upstairs. Slow footsteps. We both stopped and listened. It happened again. At that moment, we both knew we were not alone. Hello, Floaty. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today. For context, we are just chilling out. We were reading Reddit stories today and the background is just a Minecraft village. But we're just chilling out reading some Reddit horror stories today. Hope you're doing well. We should have left, but we did not. Instead, we went upstairs. Hello, Brielle. Hello, Hamdu. What's up? Not much. We're just reading some Reddit horror stories today. Today's just a chill out day. We're just chilling. Like I said, today has been a kind of rough day for myself, so today's gonna be a very just relaxing. Anyone can kind of chill out, fall asleep if they want, you know, do some things in the background, just chill out, and we're just reading Reddit horror stories that are apparently all true. So, these are apparently all very, very real according to what the subreddit rules are. But I'm gonna kind of leave that up for discussion, up to you guys. Also, hello, Astria. And hello, anyone else. Hope you're all doing wonderful. What time is it? It is currently about 5:30 p.m. here. I am in EST, so it is it's a little bit later than I wanted to stream, but I started stream about an hour later than I expected to. Oh well. I normally stream around like 4:30 p.m. EST, or at least I attempt to. But yeah. So for anyone just hopping in, for anyone wondering, this story is called Exploring an Abandoned Hospital at 3 a.m. We regret it. Alright. We should have left, but we did not. Instead, we went upstairs. The stairs creaked loudly with every step. When we reached the second floor, the air felt colder. The hallway stretched out in front of us, long and dark. That is when my friend suddenly grabbed my arm and pointed ahead. I saw it too. A figure was just standing at the end of the hallway. It was not clear, just a shape, but it was human-like. Completely still, like it was watching us. For a few seconds, neither of us moved. Then, my flashlight flickered, and the figure was gone. We both panicked and started backing away. That is when we heard something behind us. Footsteps again, but this time closer. Much closer. We turned around, but there was nothing there. Then, one of the doors slowly moved. Not fully, just enough to notice. But that was it. We ran. We ran back towards the stairs without looking back. The sound of footsteps fired us. Fired us? Followed us. I can read. I'm looking over at chat on occasion, I apologize. Yes, go get some rest if you need. Thank you for stopping by, I appreciate you. But yes, if anyone needs rest, if anyone needs to relax, anything like that, please get some rest. Like I said, this is mostly a stream for like background noise and anything along those lines, so I apologize. If you're looking for gameplay, not today, that's probably not happening today. But today's just going to be a chill out stream where we're just talking about stories that we're reading and talking about probably paranormal events. So if you're not interested in anything like that, I completely understand. But yes, go get some rest. I appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful sleep. Also, hello Raisin, hello anyone else. I hope you're doing wonderful today, Raisin. I hope things are going better for you. I hope you're feeling better today. Let's see, where was I? Good news, bad news. If you would like to share, my DMs are open as always. I had a very rough morning of placement matches, but oh god, it's fine. Not even placement matches, just I subjected myself to a solo queuing Overwatch comp. That was probably my worst idea yet in a long time, but it's fine. I got where I wanted to go, it's fine. Must be mentally ill. Raisin, you know me. No, I made it up to platinum where I wanted to stay like for the rest of the season. So I made it to platinum before the season ended, which was my goal. So I did finish my goal at the very least. Be discharged Friday? Hopefully that's good news. Hopefully. Good night, I'm gonna go. Good night. Get some good rest. I hope you sleep well. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Get some good sleep. Alright, let's finish the story. Once outside, we finally stopped near the car, both of us breathing hard. For a moment, everything was silent again. Then, my friend slowly looked up at the hospital and froze. I followed his gaze. There was someone standing at the window on the second floor, watching us. We got into the car and drove away without saying a word. Neither of us spoke the entire way back. Even after we got home, we avoided talking about it. The next day, I checked the video on my phone. Most of it was dark and shaky, but there was one moment on the second floor where the camera pointed down the hallway. The figure was there. But that was not the worst part. As we turned to run in the video, the figure did not stay at the end of the hallway. It moved. Fast. Straight towards us. The video cut off right after that. We never went back. And we never will. So that's the end of the first story. Surgery ain't happening. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that, Raisin. I'm sorry to hear that. Feel free to like DM me about like details and stuff if you want to, or feel free to completely leave it off anything like at all if you would like. But is there any other options for you at this point, or is it just that was your kind of final option? If I can ask that. Again, please feel free to DM me if you don't want to share it or anything like that in chat. I completely understand. I completely understand wanting to share it in DMs or not wanting to share it in DMs, so on and so forth. But can't do surgery without paralyzing my lower body. Ah, okay. I see. So it's kind of one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't situations. That's really, really unfortunate. I am so sorry to hear that. I can't offer much, like, I was gonna say condolences, but that's like the only thing I can really offer is condolences and like telling you I'll be here for you as much as possible, because I can't be there. I can't be there physically, and you know that, and I'm not in your country and everything like that and everything, and so on and so forth. But if you need anything, if I can help in any way, even if it's just like, oh, I need to vent about this, and this, feel free to shoot me a DM or anything. I am here for you as much as I can be, even if it's not, like, physically or anything. So, first story done. First story over with. I have been to a few abandoned, like, hospitals and stuff myself. Granted, it was never, like, exploring just, like, on my own, I guess is the best way to put it. A lot of it was like, oh, here's an abandoned asylum and now they do ghost tours there, so let's go on a ghost tour with our friends, or with my I think I went at one point with my grandmother, my aunt, and I know I went with my mom a few times. But like, I've definitely been to some haunted places. And I have definitely seen some, like, shadow figures on in hallways and stuff, so can definitely, like, understand where this comes from and, like, where the story comes from, because, that has happened to me before. Also, I'm not gonna start the next story till the ad break is completely over. But if anyone has any thoughts, opinions, or anything on this story, if we think it's true, if we think it's false, anything like that, feel free. Hello, Zero. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I'm just pausing in between stories currently because there's an ad break going on. We got the Reddit stories. I decided on the Reddit stories because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't look at the last vote, but last time I saw it, it was tied. And then I very much wanted to just take it easy today because I'm having kind of a rough day today. So, hello, Leon. Hope you're doing well. What game is this? This is Minecraft. I'm currently just reading Reddit stories because that is the that is the vibe for today. Today is just a chill day. I'm dumb. You're fine. You're fine. It's a-okay. I use shaders and it's very much modded, so it doesn't look like a normal village or anything like that. So, we're just currently waiting in between the Reddit stories because for anyone wondering, I am dual streaming on both YouTube and on Twitch. There are exclusive things on both platforms. YouTube, you have your videos, shorts, everything like that. Twitch, you guys have things such as alerts and stuff that you guys can fire off with channel points. And basically, we are just relaxing today. We are reading Reddit horror stories. We are seeing if we think they're true, if we think they're false, and according to this subreddit, every story is supposedly true. Supposedly. So, I just basically throw up a, what's it called? A Minecraft background. So if you guys have any biomes or anything that we want to teleport to put the next story behind, we can do that. There might be dragons in this. There are dragons around the world, but I have not spawned any in because I kind of wanted to see what would spawn naturally to see if any would wander into the village. Snowy, maybe? Okay, I got you. Hold on. Locate biome. Okay, do we want snowy beach, plain, slopes, or taiga? Which one we feeling? You can see how many I teleported around to try to find a nice area for you guys. Beach? Okay, I got you. Let's see if any pop up. There we go. Alright, let's find a nice area. There's winter one to Canada, please, aka snowy tundra. Like Taigas, but slopes also chill. We found a beach. How about that? Alright, let's find a place to sit. I was hoping there'd be a dragon, like, right here to, like, watch, but... Oh, there we go! Ask and I shall receive. Perfect. How about this? There we go. Now we can read the next story, right? Fine with that for now? Yeah. Oh, so it's on that outfit? Yeah, today's just a chill day, so I decided to wear a chill outfit to reflect that we're just chilling today. Alright, so our next story is from Deleted. So it is called Not My Mother. So this story happened about 11 years ago. I was a senior in high school at the time, but it is the single most mind-boggling thing that I have ever experienced. I do know what you're talking about, John. I do, don't worry. It's also important to note that it happened in mid-December. I'm from Iowa, and the winters here get cold at night. Like, if you get stuck outside, you will die kind of cold. That, plus the snowfall, makes everything dead silent. You can hear anything and everything inside the house and even immediately outside of it. Well, me and my best friend were hanging out in my family's walkout basement, just having a boring winter night playing video games. We were also the only ones home. The reason it was just us is because my mother went from work straight to a bar to grab a few drinks with coworkers. So me and my friend thought it would be a good idea to break into the family wine and live a little. As we were sitting there, opening up the first bottle, I hear the door to the garage open and slam shut. I immediately go, oh shit, and start looking for places to hide the bottle. My friend then says, I thought your mom was supposed to be out all night. She was, I replied. Then I heard a few heavy stomps and hear my mother yell out, OP? Anyone home? I yell back up the stairs. Yep, just out hanging out in the basement. I hear a few more steps moving from the garage door towards the stairs, and she yells out again. Can you help me with something? I need you up here. I reply back while frantically trying to find a good place to hide the wine bottle. Yep, just give me a minute. Then there was silence for about 20 seconds. "Anyone down there with you?" she yelled back in a more concerned, serious tone, in a voice that was slightly off from my mother's. This was the first thing that told me something wasn't right. Our family never cared if someone was over, as our house was very open to all family and friends, and the voice, it was just wrong. Like, it sounded like my mother's, but it was missing something that I just couldn't put my finger on. Weirded out, I replied back, "Just Colton!" After I yelled, I found a good place to hide the bottle and began walking up the stairs to the next level. Now, as I was walking up the steps, I couldn't help but feel the overbearing silence of the house, and the slight electric twinge that something isn't right. But when I got to the top of the stairs, I look over to where the door to the garage is, and also the kitchen right next to it, and it's black, pitch black. All the lights were off, and there was no moonlight shining through any of the windows. I walked over to the kitchen yelling out, "Mom, where are you?" There was no reply, just silence and darkness. I feel the electric twing turn into full needles and my adrenaline kicking in full force, and I have to get out of there as fast as possible. My mother was not home. I run back down the stairs, grabbing my coat along the way. "What's wrong?" Colton says. "My mom's not home," I reply as fast as I can, looking for my truck keys. "What do you mean? You were just talking with her." I could see the confusion on his face. "There's no one home. We need to leave now." I took a few steps towards the back door that opens up to the yard, and then I see my dog shaking on the couch, with my cat growling behind it. I couldn't leave them. I just knew that if we left, something would happen. "Are we leaving?" Colton said, still confused as all hell. "No, I can't leave them here all alone. Something is really off. I'm gonna call my mom and figure this out." I pull out my phone and call my mom. She picks up immediately. "OP? What's going on?" She answers. "Mom, were you just home? I heard you yelling for me on the second level, and when I went up there, you weren't there," I said frantically, hoping that she was playing a joke. "No, I'm just leaving the bar. I wasn't feeling very well. Are you okay? What do you mean you heard me?" I fill her in on the whole story, and she rushes home, Colton and I staying in the basement with the animals until she got home. But before she did, you could hear something upstairs. Not walking or sitting on things, but a pressure in the air, like a black hole was slowly moving from one room to the next, and the word that I would instinctively describe as is hungry. Hello, Zach. Hello, Prideful Butcher. Welcome in, welcome in. Just to fill you guys in real quickly, we are just reading some Reddit horror stories. Today's just a chill out day, so we're just reading some Reddit horror stories. And we're just getting our opinions and everything. We are finishing up one that is about someone's mom who was not really in the house and they heard her. So we have a few more paragraphs and then we will discuss together, but... When she got home, you could feel the thing leave just as quickly as it came, like an overbearing predatory presence that had just flown away. We still have never figured out what the hell was going on. And this is just one story of many unexplainable things that have happened to us. But this is the easiest to write down, and one that I was happy to have a witness for. My mother has passed away now, and I have moved away to Arizona. But whenever I go back to Iowa and I see Colton, he still gets creeped out by what had happened. I will never truly know what happened, but I know that whatever it was, it had my mother's voice, it was evil, and it was hungry. And that is the end of that story. So, that's an interesting story, because that definitely sounds to me like some sort of mimic slash, skinwalker slash possibly even Wendigo thing? Mandela catalog? No. So these are all apparently, I say apparently, true Reddit stories. like true paranormal stories that happen to people. This is on a subreddit that everything is supposed to be completely true, so I'm kind of giving it to you guys for interpretations of things. So I'm kind of discussing with you guys to see if we think it's true or if we think it's complete bullshit. Because I take paranormal things with a grain of salt. Just reminding me of Mandela Catalog. See, I will ask, is that worth, like, looking into? Because I've been told countless times to look into Mandela Catalog, and I haven't yet. I need to. I feel like I need to, but... Just ate 15 watermelons? How big were they? Were they like the tiny ones, or were they big-ass watermelons? Guess you should watch it. Is it good? I really like, what is it, Vita Cardinus? Mandela Catalog's peak horror? Okay. I will look into it. Massive? Okay, I will look into it. But... yeah, so this story definitely to me sounds very much like a mimic or like I said before, skinwalker, wendigo, stuff like that. Hi Bishop, welcome in. Today is just a chill day, Bishop, just so you know. We're just reading quote-unquote true Reddit horror stories. I put it in quotes because we're trying to decipher if this is true or not. But we just finished up a story, I'm pretty sure... What's the avatar change the story? Yeah. So today's just a chill day, which is why I changed my avatar, so that everyone kind of knows we're just chilling out today. Not like not a super high energy day or anything like that. Gotta go to bed, but I love your stories. No worries. Get some good rest. This will eventually be made into a, like, full-length YouTube video. Probably, like, an hour long is what I'm aiming for, hopefully, so that people can, like, put it on in the background and, like, have, stories to listen to while they're doing stuff, because I love, that kind of stuff, so... I also love it. Avatar's 10 out of 10, I would. You would what? No, I'm joking, but thank you, I love my avatar too. But, yeah, I very much think this could be a true story because I have absolutely dealt with mimics myself. Like, I deal with a lot of paranormal stuff myself, like, believe me or not, take it as you will. I have my own proof and everything like that. I do plan on, like, eventually sharing with you guys the audio recording if I can figure out a way to add it to OBS to share it with you guys, because that is absolutely horrifying still. I have, like, an EMF, which is, like, a audio recording of an entity basically mocking me. But, yeah. I basically... have dealt with mimics. I've dealt with wendigos, whatever you want to call them. I've dealt with skinwalkers. I've done with all that kind of stuff. Listen, man. I have a base version. I will also say there are some pretty interesting merch things going to be happening hopefully in the future. If I continue doing this full time, I plan on, as like a little sneak peek as what's happening, possibly, I want to commission my artist, Owl, who made my PNG YouTuber, to basically make a pinup of my character, and make a pinup calendar. So there's a possibility of that happening in the future, but I don't know about that right now, because it's all going to depend on if I can continue to do this as, like, a full-time job, or if I need to go back into, what's it called? But, yeah. I will say, I have not found that of my character yet. I have, out of curiosity... looked. I will completely admit that, but yeah. I've not seen anything yet. Nor have I, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I have looked because I'm a curious bitch. There's nothing. It's I was gonna say it makes me sad, but it doesn't. It's kind of funny. Don't ask how I know. There's nothing there. By the way, I also know. I looked myself. I googled. I searched. I went to the website because I've seen some unhinged shit in my comment section, and I've seen some unhinged shit in my chat box, and I've seen some unhinged shit in my DMs. Like, I flat out have explained it to people. I'm like, listen, I don't care what you do with fan art to a certain extent. It's fine. Just don't go fucking insane. Just, I'm gonna be honest. Suggestive, fine, whatever, I don't care. I'm just, whatever, I don't care. Like, Like, I've made it very, very apparent. Respect me, I'll respect you, we respect everyone in this community, so on and so forth. But also, I don't care if you make suggestive art of my character, and don't be weird about it. It's when you guys start being weird about it, then I'll start getting on your ass and be like, hey, stop that. Okay, I have a question, what's up? We have In Space with Markiplier and In Chat with Markiplier. No, we in Hell with Markiplier. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't like caught up with a lot of his stuff when it comes to that stuff, because I haven't watched him in a long time, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But gotta refine some. Don't keep sending him over to Discord. Jesus. We respect you. It's not gonna happen yet. This is Minecraft Classic. So this is actually a modded version of Minecraft. We are currently just reading some Reddit stories and looking for some stuff to watch in the background, like that guy, like that giant dragon in the background. But for the next story, if you guys, or that one, for the next story, if you guys want to give me another biome, we'll go teleport to that biome. Fever! Thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you, it means a lot. I appreciate it. Welcome to Stars. Hope you enjoy the time here. What do I do if Golden Freddy is outside my door? Cry. That's my reaction, cry. That's probably what I'd do immediately. Alright, what biome should we go to for the next story? Because our next story is titled, once I can get it up, Traumatizing Night Shift, and in parentheses, true story. He's knocking now? Tell him he's not allowed in. If he does, he's invading your privacy. 2 sentence horror stories, people gotta get creative. Already sounds fake. Yeah. It's by another deleted user, which is like the only thing that I give some sort of like grace to. Because like most of the time, if like you're, what's it called? If you're just rambling or whatever, and then you, like if you're doing this for karma or whatever. If you're doing this for like karma, then why would you delete your account? Hell? We can go to hell. Let's go to hell. Obsidian. And then we'll need a flint and steel. Oh, that's a cool thing. I didn't know there was a scythe, a reaper. I'm making it a bit too tall, but it's fine. Hell might be very, very bright. Just a fair warning. Hell's gonna be bright. Home Alone, my roommate said for me to come outside. He's at work. Alright, did you write the last story? Alright, where in hell do we want to go? We're right by a bastion. Do we just wanna sit here by the bastion or in the bastion? Where in hell do you guys want to go? Let's go to the 9th circle of hell. Where does that reside? I'll try to find the 9th circle of hell. Can we just So we could just go, like, sit on a lava pool somewhere. Deeper in hell? Okay. Let's go this way. Let's see what's this direction, if anything. Hello. Any ender forest? Oh, okay. Locate biome warped forest. Jesus! Okay. Astrid, you should go play, like, Minecraft if you know how to speedrun, because, like, holy shit, you just called where this would be, I guess. You play anything else? I normally play actual games and stuff, but yes, I play multiple different things, including I play Overwatch, I play Mugenics, I have, what's it called? I have Rackcoin that I need to play very, very soon, which is like a Balatro type thing. I think this is a good area. I don't know if that's the case, Bob. I haven't gotten that far. I'm like 3% in the game, maybe. But no, it's fine, it's fine. I didn't know that. I'm like, oh god, and you just got taken away by a fucking... God. There goes an ad. Okay, hold on. But yeah, I know, I've played, like, what's it called? Dark Souls, that's the name of it. I've played Dark Souls, I've played Elden Ring, I'm trying to think of what else I've done on my channel. A lot.
Thanks to an awesome Lego 123 for my sub gift.
Dolly! Thanks for resubscribing, thank you. I appreciate it. What the fuck was that? Was that in the game? Also, we are going to be paused for just a moment. I'm going to pause on the reading because Twitch currently has an ad. So, why don't we talk about the island? Let's not. Hello, the idiot. Welcome in. Welcome. But we are currently paused because there's an ad going on Twitch. For anyone wondering, I am currently dual streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. We are currently just reading some Reddit horror stories that are apparently all true. And we are just grabbing... No, you can't talk about that either. No. I'm like 95% sure one of my things is like no politics and shit. But I was talking about Mugenics, to be fair. I was talking about Mugenics, and I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, so currently we are just reading some Reddit stories. For anyone wondering, hello, my name's Eclipse. I primarily play Minecraft. We are not playing Minecraft today. We are just doing some Reddit readings, and we are just getting Minecraft as like a background to kind of see how the world interacts as we are reading. So currently we are just moving on to our next story called Traumatizing Night Shift, and in parentheses it says true story. So I apologize if I don't pay attention very much to chat while I am reading, but I will try my best to answer anything as I am reading and also afterwards. And afterwards we are discussing if we think the story is true or not, and if we think it's true, what we think that the person is dealing with, because I myself have dealt with a lot of paranoia and stuff. Not paranoia, paranormal stuff. So I myself kind of believe paranormal experiences more so than not believe them. If I was on PC, I would have bopped that message. It's fine. Listen. There's a lot of interesting messages that happen both on Twitch and on YouTube, but YouTube is also very, very interesting. Half the time I can't see messages they put into YouTube because YouTube itself bops them. And even if they get unbopped, then I can't see the message still, because if it gets deleted, then it just permanently gets deleted for some reason. I cannot see it. It's really funny to me sometimes, but... So this next story, like I said, is called Traumatizing Night Shift, true story. and it is by deleted. This is probably the creepiest, most unexplained thing.
It's called furry, 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 furry. Like some kind of Pokemon.
The fuck? What prompted that? What prompted that one, Tolly? I was starting to read a horror story. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you one more warning, my dude. Please stop talking about like these topics and stuff, or else I will have to put you in timeout, because this is a place for people to just chill out and not have to deal with like any of that shit. So please stop, thank you. Funny, understandable. Just here to say hi. Hi, Void. Hope you're doing well. That timing, I know. Anyways. Yeah, it's just a lot of, to explain, a lot of people come here to kind of de-stress from the real world and stuff like that, so a lot of times talking about, like, politics, anything along those lines, including if you're just, like, joking and stuff like that, people will take it too seriously, and people just get stressed out about it, so I'd much rather just avoid talking about that kind of stuff, because I'd much rather just have people come here, enjoy, have a good time, and de-stress. Well, I don't know why you do. Got called into work last second. I'm sorry to hear that, Void. That really sucks. Why'd they decide to call you in? Why couldn't they call anyone else? I do not have TNT. It's just another in the background. Sorry, I just got here. Yes. So basically we are just reading Reddit stories and we are just kind of vibing. I'm teleporting to different places that people ask me to go and reading the next story. So basically the story that we're reading currently is Traumatizing Night Shift. I just started because I've interrupted myself like 3 or 4 times now. But it is just the background. We are just reading Reddit stories. It's just a chill day. So yeah, if you have like if you have a background in mind that you want for the next story, let me know. How's it so far? Just started, literally didn't even get 2 sentences in, so you didn't miss much. Don't like your drawing? That's okay, you don't have to. This is probably the creepiest, most unexplainable thing that has ever happened to me. I used to work overnight as a security guard at the local port. Usually none of the port workers would stay overnight except for the safety official. I wouldn't be on the shift alone since the site has a radius of nearly 2 miles. Overnight, usually there would be 3 guards, including me. Since the area was fairly big, there were different posts, but the front gate was the main entrance area where all the guards would be stationed overnight, since there were no need to put them in other posts, due to the fact that there was no activity in the site at this time. God, run-on sentences are a bitch. The veteran guards say that there have been there for years, often say that the site was haunted, given the fact that there have been accidents and deaths that occurred in the area a long time ago. I was aware that people died there due to freak accidents, and I do believe in angels and demons, but since I'm a religious person, I'm gonna read their thing exactly how it goes, but I might have to try to change the grammar every once in a while, so I apologize if I go back and backtrack. I was aware that people died there due to freak accidents, and I do believe in angels and demons since I'm actually a religious person, but I always thought that the superiors were just messing with the new guys. I would work 5 to 6 nights out of the week, and for the first few weeks, I never really saw or heard anything out of the ordinary. Can't hear any of the music? Got you. Hopefully that's better. Never really saw or heard anything out of the ordinary except for maybe a few questionable creaks and would see a few misplaced objects while doing my patrol rounds. Nothing too crazy. Just to describe the setting to you, this is a fairly big site and on occasions there were big projects being constructed at the port. The workers would sometimes stay overnight. Due to the fact that there were times where port workers were required to stay at the port for a few days, there's a gym on site for their convenience. The gym is fairly old. In the gym, there's a sauna, weights, and even a racquetball court. If you don't know what a racquetball court is, it's similar to an indoor tennis court with thin plastered walls and thick glass doors. Usually on our patrol rounds, me and one of the other guards, Mike, would stop by the gym and play a few rounds of racquetball before returning back to the front gate. On one of those nights, me and Mike decided to hit a full workout instead of just playing racquetball in the cage. This was around 2:30 a.m., and the entire building was so quiet that you could hear the electricity running through the lights. The air conditioner was off, and so was everything else. The only thing that's running are the lights. 15 to 20 minutes into the workout, we heard a loud thump. We crossed it off as nothing and continued working out. Then after a few more minutes, we heard the loud thump once more. At first, we thought it was our lieutenant, which could have been walking around, but then we radioed him and he gave us his location, which was front gate. We tried thinking logically on what could be making the thumps on the wall. They were coming from the court on the other side. We thought it was the air conditioner, but then we remembered that it was off, and even when it's switched on during the day, there's no reports of thumps coming from the air conditioner. Oh god, I lost my place. There we are. After a few more minutes, the thumps started occurring one right after another. We were very creeped out at this point, but what we were about to witness still scares the absolute shit out of me to this day. We started to approach the other side of the gym to where the glass door was. We turned on the flashlight and aimed it towards the clear glass door, and I got chills all over my body, and I was tearing up so much out of fear that I was about to cry. We saw one of the balls rolling slowly by itself inside the court, but there was no one there. That means the loud thumps were the balls mysteriously being tossed against the wall as if someone or something was playing inside the cage. We were both so confused and frightened as to how this was really happening. We couldn't make any sense of it. We were scared shitless, and we started yelling and running away because we knew that there was probably something evil toying with us right there. As we sprinted back full speed to the front gate, the lieutenant saw us and asked why we were tearing and running in a ridiculous manner. We told him what we witnessed, and his facial expression scared us even more. Then he said, "That's why there's always guards that quit often. There's something evil in the area. And it's not the first time that something bad has happened here." Then he showed us security footage of dark figures and shadows literally passing through the office areas and lights mysteriously switching on and off. Till this day, I still get chills recounting my experience with my friends and family. And I'm even getting chills right now as I'm typing this. I've never had a real encounter with the supernatural until that night. Many say that this was a demonic presence messing around. Others say it was a ghost of a dead person who died in the area. Yeah, hold on one second. Thank you, Lego. And we're gonna just pop. Hold on one second, chat. One second, chat. I'm dealing with something. I can't see who's here or not, so give me one moment. Yep, no problem. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, kinda hard to read chat and read the story at the same time. I apologize. Thank you for screaming, YouTube chat. I appreciate you. Much appreciated. But they are deleted, they are banned. Do not worry, they shouldn't come back. Don't worry, got you guys. Okay. Yes, I see that now. Like I said, I apologize. Thank you. If something happens like that again. Yeah, it happens, Lego. It happens. Can you make sure they're actually banned? Because YouTube be weird on the live streaming front. Can you make sure he's actually like banned? But thank you, Lego. Thank you. Oh, don't worry about that. It's fine. It's fine. It's a follower on Twitch that they decided to follow. Don't worry. It's their name on Twitch. I don't know why they decided to name themselves that. Hello, hi, anyone coming in? Alright, I think there was like one more sentence left. Let me make sure. I don't know what it was, but it didn't last long in the job after that. There were other experiences, but I'll send it in at a later time. Okay, that was basically it. So it doesn't exist? Oh no, it exists! It just, I don't know what. Okay. What do we think about that one? Because I was gonna say, if anything, I definitely don't think this thing was evil. If it was like a thing there, I absolutely believe there could be like some sort of spirit at this shipyard or at this port. Maybe a child? Yeah, maybe. So you know, if y'all don't know these three sins, we have our gluttony. Oh. Aw. Love your character? Thank you! I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Lost in limbo? Huh? I mean, it was playing with a ball, yeah. It was playing with a ball, but if my other thought on that is if there were like people who died because of accidents, like due to working there, and they also like used to play racquetball, that could also be something like that. Like that could be a thing too. They could just be coming back and being like, "Oh yeah, let's play some games again." Dragon ain't road legal, but it's fine. I walked today. I'm new to this live. Hello, welcome in, Koi. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. Today we are just reading some Reddit horror stories, and we just have Minecraft as our background. The next place that we're going is an end city, so we're just currently talking about the last story that we read, which is basically a night shift story about some creepy things happening with like a ball moving on its own and stuff like that. So we're currently discussing if people think it's real, and if so, what type of thing paranormal they're dealing with, which I'm kind of in the boat with. It could be just, you know, a confused thing or a child or something like that. Scrolled into this at 2 a.m. We're reading horror stories. Fair warning, we are reading horror stories. Horror story time. Fair warning. This is like the first live with an interesting topic. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I try at times. I love paranormal stuff, so this is... Hey, the first Enderman I see in the background. Koi, thank you so much for the subscribing on YouTube. I can talk. Thank you, thank you. It means a lot. Welcome to the stars. Hope you your time here. I have a demon I've trapped in a cage of salt in my closet. Whenever I want something to change, I poke it with a silver spear covered in horseshoes. Its demonic miracles cannot backfire. Hey, you wanna ask it where the future of the channel lies? I'm joking. I'm not scared. That's fair. That's fair. I want to give a fair warning because I have definitely started watching something at like 3 in the morning expecting it to be one thing, and then it turns out to be like, oh, here's this horrible horror story about something that you totally can relate to because it happened in your life like a week ago. It said success. Awesome. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm so happy about that. But yeah, so this is something that I do on occasion, as I do like horror readings and stuff like that. I also do tarot readings, so yeah. Sleep paralysis, creepy bro, dude. I can now tell this story fully. So for one of my personal stories, we're gonna go into that for a second. Like I said, I have a lot of paranormal experiences myself. So I have seen shadow figures, I've like seen things move on their own, I've had things appear on their own, I've heard my name, I've so on and so forth. I have a EVP of myself being like, hi, my name is this, can you tell me your name? And then the thing in the room with me sounds like it's mocking me, like it's saying your name in like this super raspy, creepy voice. It's weird. I love it though. So I know a lot about paranormal stuff generally. So back when I had the apartment, I was with Lego there, and we were in bed, and apparently at like 3 in the morning he woke up and he was there was basically our bed, and then there was a little hallway that led to like the door. It was like a little hallway. It wasn't like big or anything. But basically what happened was he wakes up and he like has night terrors and sleep paralysis and stuff like that. He was like, I think he said he was dealing with some sort of sleep paralysis. And he sees this like figure. The best way that he described it to me was Alistair, like the radio demon from Hasman Hotel, his demon form, like his shadow demon form. He said it looked like that, with like long, spindly arms and everything like that, a giant grin, things like that. And it was like wrapped around the corner with its fingers, like leaning its head out from the hallway. And it was just staring at him. So he woke me up, and I don't remember any of this. I apparently looked at him, said, "It's okay, it's my friend," and then laid back down and went back to bed. So I don't know what happened. I don't remember any of this. I don't remember being woken up. I don't remember saying that. I don't remember anything. But that apparently happened. I survived something? What does that mean? Cool model, I like it. Thank you, thank you. It means a lot. Know what type of spirit it is? Tell me. I'm very interested. So I had a violent spirit? Wouldn't be the first time, my dude. My sleep paralysis demon is Lovecraftian mess of tentacles and eyes and mouths whispering uncomfortable truths. I haven't had sleep paralysis personally. But it's a spirit sent by a person that wants to harm someone? What? What's the name of the spirit? I would love to know. Ooh. I know the spirits. We have a phantom, demon, ghost, Jinn, Leviathan, lure from a Roblox game, and a specter. It's made out of wood? Oh, interesting. See, I learned a lot of, like, spirit names from Phasmophobia, I'm not gonna lie. But, like, I don't know everything. I will flat out tell that. I survive demons easily. Okay. I don't want to tell this next story because it makes me sound fucking insane, but, like, I'm 90% certain that at one point something tried to possess me. So should I share this story? Do you guys want to hear this? Are you guys gonna call me insane? Are you guys gonna call me crazy? Like, how funny would it be if Santa was a little Lovecraftian monster? I mean, the signs are there. Yes, we need to hear this. Okay. Let me get to an end city so we have a different background. And then I will share the next story of my own dealings with the paranormal. Also, if you guys are interested in this, I am totally possibly making this into a full-length, like, YouTube video where I just have Minecraft on in the background and I'm just reading or making my own like telling my own experiences with the paranormal. So if you're interested in that, let me know, because I plan on making that a full-length video if people are interested. And it's probably gonna be like an hour long, like I said, if I do it the way that I expect to. That's really pretty. From now on, keep salt everywhere you go. I think you'd eat it, honestly. I mean, this is also really pretty. Oh my god, the moon! Okay, let's find a locate end city. Alrighty, hello. I was requested to go sit by you. So let's go kind of... You know what, we'll go here. I think this is a cool background. What do you guys think? Think this is a fine background for you guys? Alright. Let me... There's a dragon! I just saw a dragon! Let me check what I missed in chat real quick. Hold on. Alright. Forget about vampires and a story Nosferatu. Alright. Oh god, I messed it up. No, I messed it up! Take my hand off the mouse. Alright. Cannot pass over a bridge that spans a river. Salt spray blisters their skin. We don't know if vampires still move around. They could be hiding. Fair. Alright. So, like I said, I explore a lot of abandoned buildings, and I go on a lot of, what's it called? Ghost hunts. So, got its name? Let me know. I'm explaining another story, but I promise I will read chat in between me explaining. So, let me know its name. Eclipse's Ghostly Tales, episode 1. Did you see it? Look at the dragon! That's so pretty. Okay, anyways. So, I was exploring a hotel, I believe. And I'm not gonna try to pronounce that, but I will put that into my files for later. Thank you for grabbing the name for me. Said I could do research. Thank you, thank you. So I was exploring this hotel, and basically we had this group of people that we go around, and we go into this one area that they said that they weren't really planning on taking us to. Like, we were exploring, I think it was like level 15 of the hotel or something, and this hotel was infamous during the Great Depression for that level being where people decided to end things in their own way. Hello, welcome in, hello, hello. We're just reading Reddit stories and telling horror stories / paranormal experiences. So hello, if you're not interested in that, I completely understand, but welcome in, hope you're doing well. Currently I'm explaining one of my own paranormal experiences. So, basically, we got a message on that floor to go to another floor, and when we went back to the elevators only took us to this one floor. It would not move at all. Like, it would not take us to another floor. So we went to this floor, and it was a courtroom, like an old courtroom floor, where basically all these things, like all these tickets from, like, what's it called? Driving fines and everything along those lines. That was all disputed there. So while we were there, we're getting like a ton of activity on the EMF readers and everything. We're getting the radio going off like every 2 seconds. We're getting the readers going up to 5, like showing very huge like spikes in electromagnetic activity. We're seeing like things move on their own type thing even. So I'm already getting a little like, okay, this isn't feeling right. Something needs to, like, something's wrong. I'm already getting weirded out by it. Like, I feel in my gut something is wrong. Something doesn't want us here. And then all of a sudden I get this feeling over my chest of, like, the best way I could describe it is cold claws inside my body. I can't really describe it too well. It's very, very hard to explain, but the best way I could explain it is it felt like this massive pressure, and it also felt like these claws gripping onto my like soul almost, and it felt very like much something was over my shoulders, kind of like looking over, like how do you remember that like feeling when like you were super, super young and like your parents leaning over, like towering over you, like glaring down at you? It kind of felt like that. So that happened, and then all of a sudden this girl like across from me, she like grabs her chest and she like starts freaking out. Should we be concerned? No, it's fine. I'm explaining about a time that, because you guys asked, I'm explaining about a time that felt like I almost got possessed. I saw that you got the name wrong, Bishop. I saw the new name. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So basically, she, like, starts freaking out, and she's like, something's wrong, something's wrong. Also, hi, Alex, welcome in. So, she starts freaking out, and the psychic that's there with us, because I don't consider myself to be psychic or anything along those lines, but the psychic that's there with us literally, like, goes up to her, and she, like, starts having to basically do an exorcism, essentially. And I go over and I'm like, is she okay? Because like I am very spiritual. I am very spiritual and not religious is the way that I phrase it. So I myself do like salt protection circles. I have a money jar, so on and so forth. Anything like that. So I very much know how to protect myself spiritually. But this was like a 10-year-old girl that this thing then went after. So then basically the medium there, the psychic there, had to perform basically an exorcist. And then the whole like tour was cut completely short. Like she ended up, I'm not even joking, like I flat out swear on, what can I swear on to like prove that I'm 100% telling the truth? Swear on Mau Mau, who is my cat who has passed away. Swear on Mau Mau, who I love to death. I swear on her that they ended up having to go to the hospital. Like, flat out, they had to go to the hospital. I do not know what happened to her afterwards, but I know they ended up leaving the, like, the thing in an ambulance and ended up going to a hospital. So, it was very serious from what I could tell. Again, I don't know her or anything. I don't know what happened or anything like that, but just that happened. That was interesting. I can't really, like I said, describe it to people or anything along those lines. So it's just an interesting thing, and most people don't believe me when I say that, which is completely fine. Alrighty, I think we're gonna read the next Reddit story, by the way. So just for anyone coming in, just to explain everything, Pika's live in decades. Thank you, I appreciate it. Just to explain everything real quick for anyone new coming in, anything like that. I'm currently just reading some Minecraft Reddit stories. No, I'm currently reading some Reddit stories that are just horror stories. They're apparently all true. And Minecraft is just the background. We are not playing Minecraft or anything like that. Today, I do normally play Minecraft, but today we are just chilling out, reading Reddit stories, and eventually this might be a full-length YouTube video if you guys like it, which it seems like you guys are enjoying it, so that may happen. But our next story is by Fourth Degree Night, and it is called Being Left Alone at a House in the Middle of the Mojave Desert. And this was posted 3 years ago. Back around 1992, I was in high school at the time, and I was a sophomore, and unlike most of my friends at school, I didn't work the typical high school jobs like McDonald's, Taco Bell, some retail job in the mall, or work at the local grocery store. I was very good with my hands and worked jobs like construction, demolition, flooring, and auto mechanics. Gonna fall asleep these stories? That's okay. That's okay. Yes, that's the title of this. They are stuck in the desert. Mochis that just exist. Correct. Alright, I'm gonna probably not pay attention to chat very much for a second while I read, so that I get through the story. Because this one seems like a long one. All of my contacts I work under the table as I started working some of these jobs at 14. It was beneficial for both of us, as I was only called in when needed, and I was the guy willing to work evenings and weekends. One of my contacts worked during doing remodeling projects like restaurants, bars, retail shops, and typical commercial projects that we could only work after hours. Like I said, that worked out for both of us because I went to school and would sometimes work after school or weekends. For this one contact, that wasn't uncommon for him to leave me alone at a site and have a list of things for me to do alone. It was mostly demolition work. I did this while the other crew was doing installation or remodeling work. I was the kid, but had the respect because I did what was supposed to do and did the work of a man without complaints. I got paid good, and in one night I could make more than my friends did while working all week at McDonald's. This one instance, I got a call from the guy I worked for, and he said that he had a project for me and if I could work the following Saturday. He said sure. He said sure to bring food and lots of drinks as there was nothing nearby. I used to have a small cooler and would fill it with drinks like Cokes, Gatorades, or whatever, plus chips and a couple sandwiches. Back then, I could eat a whole pizza by myself and burn it all off. He picked me up on Saturday morning as I didn't have a car or license yet, so he would pick me up and drive me to sites for work and leave me alone there. I rarely worked with other crews as they were just more skilled labor guys. I was just the tear out kid. Here's the part that was a major downfall to the story. I didn't pay attention to where we were going. I was too busy talking to him and thinking, and I think we were talking about cars. But you see, at the time, my goal was to save up enough money to buy an old muscle car and rebuild it. I promise I could talk, I promise I could talk. Took a long time to arrive to the site. As we drove up to it, it was the middle of nowhere. Now, you might not think California has places like this, but back in the early 1990s, out in the Mojave Desert, yes, it was big plots of land and homes more than a few city blocks apart. I knew we left the highway, and we went down a few other two-lane highways for a long distance. I remember he asked me about drinks, and he pulled out a brand new jug of water that he had in his truck that looked like it had been there a while, and told me to just take it with me just in case. He said that the water the house I would be working at was off. As we pull up to the property, he is in a hurry to drop off tools and get to another work site, so I hurry up and help him with things like breaker bars, shovels, pry bars, hammer, broom, several big trash pans, and a small tool bag that I often had with me. Hello, anyone else coming in? Hello, hello. Hope you're all doing well. Just for anyone coming in, I am reading a Reddit story, so I apologize if I'm not talking in chat too much currently. And I apologize if I'm stumbling over words. These people sometimes make very long run-on sentences, and my brain, with my ADHD and my dyslexia, does not like to compute it sometimes. So I apologize if I backtrack or anything. But hope you're all doing wonderful today. He tells me that he will be back to pick me up at about 5 to 6 p.m., as there is no electricity to the site either. Plus, it should only take me till then to do what I need to do. That was always his way of saying, I am only paying you till this time, so you better get everything done by then. It was never too outrageous, and we always had good understanding on time and tasks. He drove away, and I am at this property all alone. I walk into the house, it's mostly empty. My job was to remove all remaining furniture, contents, and appliances. Remove all the flooring, gut the kitchen and the bathrooms, and remove all of the wood paneling. This project was going to be like what we now call a flip. They were going to fix it up and sell it. Almost immediately, I get kind of spooked by the place. It was very odd. Now, mind you, I'm used to being on sites alone working all night. This was the daytime on a Saturday, and bright outside. However, the house is old, dark, musty, and kind of cool inside. The kind of cool that gives you goosebumps. To add to the spook factor, the house let me describe what I remember of the house. Imagine walking back in time to the 1960s or earlier. Smile Dog, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you, it means a lot. Welcome to the stars, hope you enjoy your time here. Also, Bishop, remember your question, I shall answer it after this. Yes, I promise. Dark green carpet that looked like it was matted down broccoli, pine wood everywhere that had a darker stain to it, the wood paneling that wasn't the kind used in the 1980s, sheet paneling but actual board paneling tongue and groove, old wood window curtains that looked like someone's grandma made, avocado green sink, stovetop oven, and the stuff that was left behind like old furniture and a closet full of old stuffed animals that looked to be about 30 years old. The style of his house was like an old western ranch, as there was wagon wheels inside and outside of the house. I had an old battery-powered radio, but could only get a few stations, but was just happy for the noise. I started removing all the junk from the house, as I normally did on a project. If there wasn't a dumpster on site, I made a trash pile. I tore up all the flooring next. To my delight, everything seemed to come up with ease, and it was a rip, cut, and toss. I took a big demo hammer to the kitchen and tore it apart in less than an hour. I ended up using that big jug of water that my boss had given me to wash my hands and face periodically, but by late afternoon, as most who knew the desert, the dryness also starts to take moisture from you, especially if you are working in it. So by late afternoon, I'm down to my last drink and had already ate everything I bought. No worries, I thought. The guys should be here in a couple hours to pick me up. As the time gets closer for them to arrive, I'm done with all my tasks. I even sweep the entire place. It's now ready for the rehab crew to get working, making this place look modern. Time of year I was out here, it wasn't the typical hot desert day, but you know, in the desert, as soon as the sun goes down, it starts to cool rapidly. I had a flannel shirt, but that wasn't enough, and it was starting to get dark. I'm gonna pause the story for a second. I really wish some of these people would put in like commas and stuff sometimes. My brain is hurting from trying to correct this grammar and stuff. I love reading these stories, but my dyslexia hates me. Oh, what shows do I watch? Currently I'm not watching a lot of shows. I'm currently watching The Amazing Digital Circus when they end that. I watched Hazbin Hotel, Hell of a Boss, Danganronpa, Future Diaries. I'm watching My Hero Academia. Lots of stuff. I'm an animation student, or an ex-animation student, I should say. So I watch a lot of like animes and stuff. Was the thing smaller or taller? I was described as it being taller, like 6 foot and above taller, is what I was described it. All right, I'm gonna try to finish the story, and then we'll discuss. All right, let's see, where was I going? There we go. This was a time before cell phones were common, and while there was no electricity, water, and phone service to the house, I climbed up to get on top of the roof to get a better look to see if I could see something in the distance. And what looked like miles down, I saw a smaller road that this dirt road led to, and a few homes, but those homes were all in the dark. My first thought was to hike down to a neighbor's house and ask them to use the phone. Their nearest house was no one home, and this home also looked abandoned. If you remember, the early 90s was the start of a decline in the economy and recession, so it wasn't uncommon for a lot of foreclosed homes and a tract of homes. A lot of those I worked on at the time. I started to think about my options as darkness fast approached. One was to stay at the house until morning. 2, hike with what little water I had the few minutes in the dark. Mojave. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack because there's no... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna redo this paragraph. I can read, I promise. God, I can't with this. It's fine. I don't know if English is their first language, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. I started to think about my options as darkness fast approached. 1 was to stay at the house until morning. 2, hike with what little water I have, a few miles in the dark. 3, wait until early morning and hike out of there to some sort of civilization. It also suddenly occurred to me that no one knew where I was except for my boss. I don't know if he told anyone else where I was, and certainly my family wouldn't miss me until maybe Sunday night, but I didn't even tell them I was going to work there. They knew me and how much I would work to save up for my car, that they never worried about me not coming home. Oh yeah, people don't seem to be able to write, but it's fine. Like I said, I genuinely, based on this, I don't know if English is their first language. I'm not going to judge them on that. If it's not, they're doing wonderful. But my brain, it is trying to correct itself and I can't. Okay. As full darkness was all around me, it was amazing looking out of the night sky, and lucky for me, the moon was bright. I didn't have a flashlight or any way to make me fire. Even though I tried, I was going to make a small bonfire out of broken up construction debris as the temperature started to fall probably down below the 40s. My only option was to go back inside the empty, creepy house that somehow seemed even more creepy, sitting alone in the dark. At about 8 p.m., the batteries on my radio, which was my only source of little light and noise, started to die. I grabbed an old wooden chair and sat in the living room of the house facing the door. I started to hear wind, odd noises, which I assumed are animals in the distance, and what sounded like leaves cracking underfoot. I'm starting to shiver from the cold, so I set off trying to start a fire in the fireplace. Imagine like Tom Hanks in Castaway trying to start a fire. At least this is keeping my mind off the situation. Sitting in this living room next to the fireplace in the house seems even more darker than it should have. Mind you, in the daytime, the inside seemed dark, so with only the moonlight, I was pretty much sitting in complete darkness. My mind starts to play tricks on me as I am seeing shadows moving outside and inside the house. I'm also starting to hear someone talking, like whispers or something. I get up from my chair and yell out, "Hello?" And just as I do, I hear something fall from the other side of the house. I run over to the door and go outside again. At least in the moonlight I can see better, but off in the distance I hear noises and see movement, but I can't make it out. I have my pile of tools by the edge of the house ready for when my boss picks me up, so I run over there and grab Big Daddy. It was my heavy pry bar that I used in demo. I was ready to defend myself for who or what was out there. I have to keep moving because my undershirt and flannel shirt wasn't enough to keep me warm. The wind was also starting to pick up, and for as far as I could see there were no lights around me. I didn't want to try to make it up on the house again, out of fear of falling in the dark, but I get up on top of the gate just to try to gain a little bit of altitude to see if I can see some house lights on or nearby car lights. My mind went to the stories that circled around at the time about how people would come up to the desert and bury bodies, how there were Satanist groups out here, how people would go missing for no reason out here. Every noise had me on edge, and every shadow had my heart pounding. Now I knew no one was in that house, but I swear I could hear noises from the inside. I huddled up on the front porch, looking in the living room window, expecting to see any type of movement. By around 11 p.m., I look on my watch, thinking that this is going to be a long night, as all this stuff has only happened since it got dark. I don't know how I'm going to make it another 6 hours till daybreak. I start thinking the moment it gets to be daybreak, like the moment light starts to appear on the horizon, I'm going to take a little water I had left and walk east. I knew going east would eventually make it somewhere. The dirt road I was off of, I knew that direction led to a paved road. Closer to midnight, I'm wide awake and my eyes are fixed on the dirt road, thinking that any time now a car would come down it. Maybe they can call for help for me. I remember casually turning to look back at the house, as all this time I keep hearing noises, but telling myself maybe it's a rat or some sort of animal. I see a shadow of a person moving from the kitchen to down the hall. I jump up from sitting down, and it was like, that is not an animal, that's a human. I start backing my way off the porch towards the pile and trip over debris and fall down to the ground. I get up but fall again. It was like something pushed me down, or my imagination, but all of a sudden these bright lights are coming closer to me as I'm laying on the ground. I jump off, and it's my boss. He's looking at me like, what the heck are you doing? I was just so glad to see him. I wasn't mad or anything, but just asked him what had happened. He said that he was sorry, but he thought that the other crew was coming to get me. They thought he was coming, so no one actually came. He said it wasn't until later in the evening he asked the other crew leader about how far along I got that he said I didn't go to get him. Well, it took almost 2 hours from where they were working to come get me. He felt really bad and told me he was going to pay me for the entire time I was there. He also grabbed a can of Coke from his cooler and asked me if I was thirsty, and I drank it all in one gulp, and we got back towards civilization. He went through a fast food drive-thru, and I ate it like I never ate before. As he was driving me home, I asked him about the house. I told him how creepy it was, and he said he didn't have any information on the house, only what we were supposed to do. After that, I made sure to keep extra batteries, a flashlight, and double the amount of liquids. Alright, that's the story. That's it. Despite the, not being able to read that because, oh god, the writing hurts my soul, but besides that, what do we think? I'm gonna go to sleep also sounds like Skinwalker. It could be, yeah. It does kind of sound like a Skinwalker to me. Also, yes, get some good rest, get some good sleep. It's okay if YouTube chat's quiet. Like I tell people, they don't have to talk, they don't have to stick around. I just enjoy you guys enjoying my content. But yes, go get some good sleep, Bishop. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Take care. But yes, I kind of agree. Skinwalker is like my instant thought, especially because like desert. That got held, Raisin, but I don't know why they got held. What about a Wendigo? Oh, that was another good one, yeah. Yeah, I mean, another one could just be like, honestly, just like the, I don't know exactly what it's called, but like when people go crazy because they're left alone in a room for too long or in the quiet for too long. So like, it could just be their mind absolutely playing tricks on them too. But it could also be something. I don't know. I will say the writing hurt my soul, so I don't fully know if I believe them, but... We have a siren. I'm talking about one of those evil mermaids. Everyone forgot about those. I don't forget about those! Comment on what happened with me and my friend went hunting on your last stream. Ooh. I'm excited. Can I possibly read that for, like, a video? I plan on possibly making, like, a... I don't know if I want to make a subreddit, because, like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't even have a Reddit, like, account. I don't think. I just read Reddit stories and listen to people read Reddit stories. Hi, I'm new here. Hello, welcome in. My name is SL Eclipse, otherwise known as Eclipse. Nice to meet you. I primarily play Minecraft, and currently we are reading Reddit horror stories that are apparently true. We're giving our own opinions, and we're just having Minecraft as a background. So if you don't like horror stories, if you don't like anything like that, I completely understand, but we're just doing that today. Today's just a chilled day, so hope you're having a wonderful day. But yeah, I plan on possibly making, like, a... what's it called? An email. That's the name I can think. I plan on possibly making an email, like, specifically for stories that you guys can submit to me. If, like, you have your own paranormal experiences or anything along those lines, to basically read your guys' stories. Hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Sure, horror stories are cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, so our last one that we just read about was a abandoned house in the desert. And everyone's kind of conclusion is either it could be a skinwalker, it could be a Wendigo, or it could be a, what's it called, just the person's imagination, because, you know, everything goes crazy. What are my pronouns? So I primarily use she, they, but I kind of don't care what pronouns you use for me, but a lot of people use she, her, she, they for me. But as long, the only... Tiny, thank you so much for the subscribing. Thank you, it means a lot. Welcome to Stars, hope you enjoy time here. The only pronouns that I will say that I don't use are I don't use it or its, because I personally don't like using those for myself, so I don't use it or its, but she, her, they, them, he, him, I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I am Eclipse. Also, what biome do we want to go to for the next story? We have basically 3 more stories that I saved. I don't know if we're gonna do all 3 of them, depending on how long they take. But our next story is called I Was Hiding from Your Mom, and then quote, my mom is dead. So fair warning on that. For anyone that is sensitive to that kind of stuff, that is the title itself, so I don't know how. Dark Oak Forest, got you. Pribby is her main pronoun, of course. Raisin, you're just saying that. You're just saying that. Alright. Can I just Dark Forest? Do I have to go? Yeah, okay. Hold on, can I go? That is not. Can I go back to the overworld like this? I don't know if I can, or if I'm gonna have to make a new world, which is also fine. That'll take me like 2 seconds. Can I just do this, or will it just break? Skip. Skip. Oh god. Oh god, this is a horrible idea. Oh no. Ah! Can I skip this? Can I skip this? I can. Can you tell I haven't beaten the Ender Dragon in a long time? Alright, locate biome dark forest. Oh, we're right here. Cool. Alright, let's see. Let's go right here about. What are we thinking? Let's find a nice place. There we go. How about that? How about that for our... There we go. Invite SpongeBob? I don't think I can. Are we sad? What's happening? How's that? How's that for the for the view, guys. Good enough? On to the next story. "2025 was 3 a.m. Close to now. I went to pee, but the door basically just closed by itself, and after I went to bed, I had a nightmare, which the same noise the door did." I've had so many instances where, like, I dream something, and either the exact same thing happens, or, like, I can tell what's gonna happen. It's really creepy. Hello, my microwavable romance! That's a wonderful name, I love that. Yeah, that's nice? Okay, cool. Alright, just for anyone coming in that does not know what's going on, we're just reading some Reddit horror stories. So, if you're not interested in that, I completely understand, no worries whatsoever. Minecraft is just our background, we are not playing Minecraft today. And after we're done reading the stories, we're just discussing to see if we think that it's real or if we think it's bullshit, because all of the people say that this is real, according to Reddit, but do we think that it's real? That's the real question. So, our next story is titled, "I was hiding from your mom," and quote, "My mom is dead." So, for anyone sensitive to that kind of stuff, I understand, please scroll away now. I'm going to start reading the story, so I apologize if I tend to ignore chat for a little bit. One of the creepiest stories I know personally is from my best friend, when he was at home in his house babysitting a friend's kid. The kid, whose name was Junior, was roughly 4 to 5, I want to say. His dad was a courier, so would often be doing deliveries late at night. David, my best friend, was a teen at this point, so being home without an adult was no great task. It's important to mention that his father was a pretty paranoid individual who bought into a lot of fear-mongering in the world, so he had cameras set up all over the place. I want to say this happened in 2024. Anyway, David was busy in his bedroom and he was minding his own business, but then he decided to head up into his den, where all the cameras happened to be set up. But the den was locked. David knocked on the door to the den, and Junior opened it up. "Why'd you lock the door?" David said. "Because of the lady," Junior said. "What lady?" David asked. "Your mom. I saw her in the kitchen." The house's living room was directly connected to the kitchen, and if you were standing in the kitchen entryway, you could see the door leaning outside. It was one of those screening-in sitting areas. Junior claimed that David's mother was right there in the doorway. Really strange, especially considering David's mother had passed away just about 8 months prior. David was chilling by the remark, but the skeptic in him knew it was likely just Junior's overly active imagination, so he agreed to go and check with him. He brought a kitchen knife, if I'm remembering the story correctly. He walked with Junior down the hallway into the kitchen, where the door was open. The door being open was pretty normal. It was a hot summer day and the house trapped a lot of heat. David stepped out into the screened sitting area and looked left down the ramp his mother used to use to get outside. Nothing. He looked to the right, seeing the length of the yard. Nothing. Junior was insistent that there was someone there, which is strange considering usually in situations like this, kids tend to feel better after you poke around for them. David couldn't calm him down. Junior was certain. He kept saying, "I saw your mom. She was here." So David bargained with him. "Everything's recorded on the cameras, so we'll just look on them and we'll know for certain whether someone was there or not." So they sifted through the cameras, and David looked for a timestamp around when Junior claimed his deceased mother had shown up. He stared down all the cameras as the timer ticked on, and nothing showed up. But suddenly, he watched as the camera showed a figure enter his backyard from the front by pulling the latch. An old woman, at least in her mid-60s, confidently walking into their backyard. She had a cloth grocery bag in her hand. She headed up the ramp and stood in their screened sitting area for a few moments. Then she reached for the door to the kitchen, cracked it open, then she brazenly stepped inside. After some time, Junior saw her in the kitchen and headed to David to tell them. Based on the camera's timestamps, she stood in the kitchen for at least 10 minutes. The absolute insane part is, she left as David went to investigate with Junior. The camera footage showed him looking around as her leaving as he looked around. When he looked left down at the ramp where she come up, she had already wrapped around the actual Dragon, lover of element. Thank you so much for the follow, or thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. Welcome to Stars. Hope you enjoy your time here. Thank you, thank you. What's TOS? Terms of Service is what TOS stands for. So YouTube's Terms of Service. So that basically means you have to follow rules such as you have to be 13 or above to use their platform and use all their other like rules that they have. Also, hello Jesus! Welcome in, I didn't see you before, I'm sorry. Alright, let me finish up this story, and then I will answer any questions anyone has, and also figure out if this might be real or not. When he looked right, he quite literally just missed her. It was genuinely a matter of maybe a half second. Someone wandered right into his backyard and right into his kitchen and then stood there for 10 minutes in his kitchen doing God knows what. Nothing was stolen, nobody was harmed or anything. Well, anyway, the night moved on and nothing came of it. Me personally, I would have called the police. But David wouldn't. I think there's a chance that his dad may have some guns that they were acquired, though perhaps some non-repeatable methods. They were locked away from everyone, whatever small comfort that is, haha. So David's instinct was that his dad would likely be furious about the police being called. Well, anyway, some time passed. Days, weeks, who knows? I'm not even sure how this information came about, but somehow David was told by either a family member or a staff member that the old woman that just wandered into the house had dementia and had an episode and just sort of found herself there by a string of coincidences. So we know this one, for certain, is not paranormal. Like, 100%. We know this for certain. That was just a person with dementia who unfortunately had an episode and then unfortunately went into this random person's house and they caught her on camera. Also, hello, Wink Warrior. How have I been? I've been pretty okay. Today's been kind of rough, so we are just reading some Reddit horror stories, and we just have Minecraft as the background. So if you have a biome that we want to go to next, anyone, that is going to be our next biome that we go to. But for now, we are just discussing the story that we just read, which we know for certain was not paranormal because it was just confirmed, like I said, that the thing was just a person with dementia having an episode, unfortunately, like I said. How long have I been streaming? About an hour and 40 minutes. When did you start streaming in general? Oh, like for YouTube or for Twitch? Because YouTube, I started like multi-streaming in this month, actually. I started like actually doing this. And then Twitch, I've been doing this since 2020. So for like 6 years now, which is wild to say. Five years basically, because I started in November, so yeah. I'm back, ran out of battery. Oh, no worries, no worries. For the conclusion of that story, in case you missed it, it's not anything paranormal. A person with dementia ended up having an episode and wandering into this person's house, and they actually caught it all on camera. So it was basically this stranger just wandering into someone's house, and just, yeah. It's great, impressive. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I basically started streaming in 2020 as like a hobby thing, and then in, what was it, 2023, I believe? I think. Either 2022 or 2023 is when I transitioned this to being my full-time job, so this is currently my job. Funnily enough. Which is wild to say. Fish caught swimming in pool. I want a pool of fish. What types of games do you mostly play? On stream I play a lot of Minecraft, obviously, but a lot of Minecraft. I've been doing a little bit more Overwatch, on stream and off stream. I've been enjoying Mugenics. I need to play a game called Rackcoin. And like Repo and stuff too. I do those games. But I don't do a lot of like horror games. I'm a bitch when it comes to me playing horror games. I don't like getting scared. I like reading horror stories and I like going to scary places, but I don't like playing horror games. They scare me too badly. I'm a bitch. Damn, what are we damning? Story-based games like The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, The Last of Us, God of War. I really, let's see, I really want to play Okami on stream, which is a story-based game. It's also my favorite game, but I'm afraid because last time I played a story-based game, no one was super interested in the story. They just wanted my stories, and I can't write stories if they already have, a story. I bet when you look hella cool. So now you're good, you're good. I just find it funny. I just find it funny that that's the first message that I see. Hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing well today. The content ghosts could exist like alien or just creatures that shouldn't exist. What I saw when I went hunting was no animal. Ooh. Understandable. I have seen a lot of like weird stuff when it comes to like the woods and things like that too. So yeah. Point out how peak your avatar is, like details crazy. Thank you! Thank you, thank you. Actually, to transition into the other question, my artist Owl, who is my artist who does all my PNG tubers, I'll show off a few others that she's made. This is my normal one that I normally use. And she is super, super talented. Like, oh my god, she's talented. This, for example, this is an old PNG tuber of mine. I still need to get it redone in, like, the new style. But this is the old one, for example. The improvement alone is insane. Like, this is the old one from, like, I think a few years ago, but like this is the old one. This is the new one. Like the improvement is wild. So yeah, I have thought about like switching to a VTuber or anything like that, but right now it is not in the cards. Like I said, I do this right now for a full-time job, but right now I'm kind of debating if it can be a full-time job or not. I'm kind of debating if it needs to switch back to being a hobby because the world. I'm not getting too much into that because I don't like talking about depressing things and stuff like that. And I kind of already discussed it. But yeah, I'm not looking into getting a VTuber right now. I'm not really looking into an artist right now or anything like that because I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm more so thinking about the short-term future. Short-term future, if I can talk. But yeah, in the long-term future, possibly. I also actually have a VTuber, technically. I don't use it very often because it was my old artist, not my newer artist. Those horns, that one? Yeah! So my character is a feral enderman. Like a feral enderman hybrid, which is basically a variation of enderman that I've made. Also, what biome should we go to for the next story? Which biome do we want to head to? Hello, I didn't see you before. You're very pretty. Yeah, Link, I appreciate it, but like I said, I'm not really looking into getting a VTuber. I'm not really looking into getting an artist anytime soon, let alone getting a VTuber anytime soon, because like I said, a lot of things that I need to figure out before I need to figure out a VTuber. I don't know about y'all, but the devil's tongue is struck yet, so I vanished. So my soul says, please call help. Oh god, are you good? Alright, we probably have time for one more story, so let's see. Let's see, which one should we read? I'm gonna see which one I think is better. Oh no, this one's short, so we can probably read both of them. Alright. What biome should we go to last? Horn and tail combo be hitting? Fuck yeah. Love me some monsters. Should have seen me when I was playing Date Everything. There's a shadow monster in there that I went insane for. Went actually feral for. Just tuning in, don't know what biome is appropriate for a story. That's okay. Any Minecraft biome that you would like. I'm just basically putting on a biome in the back. Oh, there's a fire. I'm basically just putting on a biome. Nether? Alright, which nether biome? We already did, what nether biome did we do? We already did the, my biome, the, warped forest, that's what it's called. Ice plains, we could do that for the last story. That could be our last one, absolutely. We'll do the nether for this one quickly. And then we'll do... any? Okay. Let's see. I wanted to do it there. I like making it bigger than it needs to be so that I don't fuck it up and look like an idiot. Because I've done that one too many times. Love Jungle Temple. Ooh. There's some discourse. Talk amongst yourselves while I figure out which biome we're going to. Let's see. Okay, biome nether. Minecraft. We already did a warped forest, so what if we do a, crimson forest? Is there one that looks nice? Oh. Whoopsie. Whoopsie, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we can go over here and like watch the I was gonna say watch the children, but there was only one child. I want to kind of be by the lava flow, I believe. Not that close though. Where can I get a good view? Hold on. How's like this? How's like this for a view? I think Hiroshi has huge biceps. I think she's more than that. Solid view, good, awesome. Alright. Alright, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. How tall is my OC? Oh god, I haven't fully thought of it. I think last time I like gave her a height, she was like 7'8". I think. I think that's what I made her as last time. I don't fully remember. That's the issue. It changes. This place is pretty. I love shaders way too much. I'm like obsessed with them. Alright, so our next story is again by a deleted user. And it's a very, very short story. So it's gonna be a short, quick one. And it is titled, I Thought It Was My Toddler. This was a few years back, but from time to time, I still have an eerie feeling. For background, I sleep on in my son's room in a separate bed as he has autism and needs me in the night a lot. When he was a toddler, I had him in a toddler bed with a half-guard rail thing. He would wake up in the middle of the night and crawl on the floor giggling because he knew he was being a sneaky little bugger. So one night, I had a feeling like someone sat on the edge of my bed. I turned over and saw my son crawling around on the floor like he usually does. So I told him, "Get back in bed." And literally as soon as I said that, I heard a snore. I looked back over at his bed and he is laying there asleep. I looked back to the floor and nothing was there. The update to this now that my son is older is that I used to have the feeling of something sitting on the edge of my bed all the time. Then it stopped for like several years. But recently, I've been feeling the something sitting on the edge of my bed feeling again. That is everything. That is the story. That's the story. Oh god. That's it. That's all the info we have, and they're deleted. So I have nothing else to go off of. It was kind of mid, but do we think it's true? That's the real question. Got that feeling that someone's watching me? Are you sure it's not me? Are you sure it's not me in the background staring at you because I'm an Enderman? The best bedtime story. Gotta tell this to Napoleon. What a name, and what a. You're sticking to this role. I love it. Hello. Welcome in. What time is it? For me, currently, it's 7:08 p.m. So it's about to be dinner time. But I don't fully, like, disagree with the whole, like, oh, sitting on bed feeling, because, like, I've felt that before personally, but it's not like it's not, at least from when I felt it, it's not the same weight as, like, a toddler. It's heavier. At least whenever I felt it, like I said. But who am I to say? It's 12:08 a.m. Damn. Yeah, no, it's only 7:09 now p.m. For me, it's wartime, viva la France! 7'8", so your tank hits a horn and whack that tail. Yeah, basically. Personally, in the belief of swing first, ask questions later. Yeah, I kinda am too. Like, I do not take things lightly when it comes to spooky things 9 times out of 10. It's awesome how many, like, people are all over the place. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, it's really cool seeing people, like, all over, like, time-wise, because it's this is gonna be really weird for a second, but it's showing that, like, maybe I picked a good time. No, I'm joking, but, like, no, all things considered, it's really cool seeing, like, how everyone is from a different area, it seems like. That's neat, in my opinion. I enjoy seeing things like that. It's interesting. I am very, very happy that I also figured out how to tell my bot that tells what song is playing to not write it in chat because I was gonna lose my mind. 7:09 p.m. That's the same time as me, basically. And by basically, I mean it is. Alright, so one last story for the stream, one last story for tonight. And then we are going to end, because I need some dinner. But we are going to go to Ice Spikes, because that is what everyone wanted. Yeah, it is. It's 7:09, 7:10 for me right now. Locate biome, Ice Spikes. And we're gonna... Oh god. Game modes, spectator. Not be in a cave. That's a giant cave, okay. Good night. Get some good rest. I just joined. I'm sorry. I've been live for like 2 hours now. I apologize. Ah, there's the ice spikes. Alright, let's game mode creative. I will be live again tomorrow. I do plan on being live again tomorrow. So. Oh, that's a... There we go. I think that's a pretty decent view. Liked and subscribed to him. Thank you. I appreciate it. Means a lot. I will say, I think we are going for 750 subscribers on YouTube is our next goal. I'm not sure how close we are. I will completely admit that, but that's our next goal that I had in mind for the end of this month. Also, I'm gonna turn down the game volume a little bit so that you guys can hear me. Oh, can I not move my mouse, please? Thank you. 761 looks like, did we already hit that goal? If that's the case, you guys are insane. Also, hello, Wesley. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I played chicken as pets, but sold most of them now. I have a few that remain. One is dying. Should I get a new one next year? Maybe. So we're already past that goal? Well, thank you guys. Genuinely, you guys are so sweet. If that's the case, I'll definitely, like, check after stream to make sure YouTube isn't bugging and, like, fibbing to anyone, because it does that sometimes, but genuinely, thank you guys. You guys are genuinely so sweet. Oh my gosh. So, we're gonna do one last horror story before we end. This one's a little bit shorter, a little bit longer. But yeah, and this is gonna be our last story for the stream, and then, like I said, tomorrow we will be back with, I think we're gonna play Minecraft, maybe? I think, maybe? It's probably either gonna be... That dragon just vanished. It's probably either gonna be Minecraft or, honestly, maybe Overwatch or something, I don't know. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for confirming that. Like, thank you guys. Genuinely, thank you guys so much. That I cannot thank you guys enough. I appreciate that so much. Got any pets? I got 2 birds. I am currently looking into adopting a kitten, but I have not adopted one quite yet because I am saving up a little bit of money so that I can make sure that I can adopt them. But I am hoping to adopt one this year. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a cat. Hello, I'm new to the stream. What's happening? So hello! Welcome in anyone that is coming in. Hello, hello. Let me just explain what's going on real quick before I start the story. But hello, my name is SL Eclipse, otherwise known as Eclipse. Nice to meet you all. I primarily play Minecraft. Today we are using Minecraft as a background as I am reading some Reddit horror stories that are supposedly true. After the stories, we are discussing for a short amount of time to see if we believe they are true or not, and to see what they are dealing with if we think that they are real. But other than that, it is just a chill stream. I will say this is our last story for the night because I do have to go get some dinner. I'm sorry, it is getting late for me. So I need to go get some dinner, make sure I have everything done for the night. But we are on our last story, which is titled Creepy Hunting Encounter. And yeah, so thank you guys so much again for 750 subscribers. That's insane. Thank you, thank you. That means more than I can express. Basically, if people tell stories, we search it up if it's true. So basically, we read the story and we judge to see if we think it's real or not. We don't really like do any research or anything. We kind of go based off of like what's it called? Vibes and stuff. Like on gut feeling and stuff like that, on what they're saying, on if their account's deleted, because if they deleted their account, why would they want karma and stuff like that, like just stuff like that. The sun, it's a deadly laser. But yeah, I am, like I said, I'm also debating turning this into a full-length like YouTube video, and also what's it called? Also debating making a, like, email so that you guys can email me your stories, and I'll read them for, like, either stream or for a video. But let's hop right into it. This one was created a year ago. It is by Hot Dogger 2020. And like I said, the title is Creepy Hunting Encounter. So, like I said, while I'm reading, I apologize if I'm not paying attention to chat super much. But I will be reading chat when I can. I once held a hunting lease in the middle of Georgia. It was an abandoned hunting camp that hadn't been used in several years. I'm not superstitious at all, but this place was legitimately spooky. It was miles down an overgrown dirt road and completely surrounded by woods. It's probably the most secluded a place has ever been. I used to hunt there by myself a lot, and there was always this weird sense that I wasn't alone out there. There was a locked gate at the front of the property, but it was not uncommon for us to use the front door, to find the front door of the cabin open, even when the door was locked. Can you tell I've been reading for a while? I'm jumbling on my words. That was pretty creepy, but that's not what the story is about. One evening, I was hunting down a small valley by a food plot we put lining a creek that bordered the property. From the minute I sat down, I had a weird feeling. Like I wasn't in a safe place, even though I was holding a .308 with ballistic tipped rounds. I didn't feel like I was the top predator out there. I didn't see any deer while I was sitting in the stand, but the forest was abuzz with activity. Birds, squirrels, and other critters singing their normal evening symphony. Then all of a sudden, silence. Everything just stopped. It felt like everything in the woods was looking right at me. It was getting dark fast anyways, and I was extremely creeped out, so I picked up my gear and started the walk back to the cabin. About 100 yards away, I had this feeling that something was coming up behind me. I spun around and pointed my rifle back down the path towards the food plot, and that's when I saw it. There was something standing in the middle of the path. It wasn't a person, but it didn't look like a deer or anything I've seen before. There was hardly any light to make out any features, but it almost looked like some kind of bipedal deer or something. It was just standing there, staring at me. I quickly made my way back to the cabin, picked up my stuff, and got out of there. I just let the lease run out. Never went back after that. And that's the end of the story. That's all we got. Let's see if there's any. I'm gonna see if there's anything in the comments. Because my initial thought was a not deer. Like, I don't know if anyone knows anything about not deer, but not deer are basically creatures that disguise themselves as deer and stuff like that. Think that could be true. There are some creepy things out in the woods. But then OP says in the comments, it was standing too pronounced to be a not deer. So they don't think it's a not deer. They think it's something else. I actually watched this YouTube video about scary videos from the Middle East Scary Channel and stuff. It was neat. Oh, interesting. Could probably be drunk, not an anomaly. Could be. Could be one of those, like, they are drunk. But it, like I said, there are some weird ass shit out in the woods. Like, I've seen some weird things out in the woods. I know a few other friends of mine have seen some weird things out of the woods. Like, if you want, I'll explain another one of my, like, personal event stories before we end stream of, like, what happened. But I'm thinking it was probably something. I'm not sure if it was Bigfoot. I'm not sure if it was a not deer. I'm not sure if it was like a Wendigo, a skinwalker, anything like that. Like, I think it could absolutely be true. But don't believe in the paranormal whatsoever, but I had a really weird experience I can't explain in rural Montana. Ooh, I love that. Woods are creepy. See, I'm the weird one. I love the woods. The woods are like my safe space. They're like my happy place. I go there when I'm stressed. Like, I go for walks through the woods. But I have had really creepy experiences in the woods. So no, I didn't draw my model myself. I have an artist named Owl who drew my model. I absolutely adore it. But yes, hello. I'm glad you love my model. Thank you. And hello, welcome. I just shoved my phone off. I'm supposed to be sleeping in area. Good night. Good night, Raisin. Good night. Sleep well. Get some good rest. I avoid woods. I never want to go back to one. I love the woods so much. I love it. Alright. Anyone like cars here? Kinda. I kinda like cars. It depends on the car. I have a Mini that I adore because I love Mini Coopers. They're like my favorite currently. Other than, like, you know, the normal sports cars that people don't assume that I like, that I probably do like on occasion. Oh my god, I want to go to Washington State so badly. It is like my dream to go to Washington State. I'm going eventually for, like, a birthday gift. Also, I'm turning on my air conditioning because it's warm as shit in my room. But I'm going eventually to Washington State, and I'm super, super excited. But I've never been there. The furthest west that I've ever been is Ohio. Also, like I said, I'm turning on my air conditioning, so I'm sorry if you guys hear something in the background. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be live for very, very long, so. Is a British person in the woods we ever terrifying? As an American, our woods are full of some pretty, fucked up cryptids most of the time. But yeah, I love the woods, though. We have a woods called the Screaming Forest. I want to go there. I want to visit. I want to go. I'm gonna come visit. I love exploring. I'm probably fucked up for this. I should probably be evaluated for this. But I love exploring places that are like super interesting like that. That sounds cool as shit. I'm in Australia. How are the spiders? I couldn't. That is the one place I couldn't. I don't think I could ever go there because, oh god, the spiders. Oh god, my arachnophobia. Oh god, it'd be so bad. I couldn't deal with it, I don't think. Want to go to the East Coast? What if it's awesome here, I recommend. That's funny. There's no spiders? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. People say that when they go there, they hear screaming from the trees. Ooh. Ooh, I want to put my ear up to one. There's a few, like, fucked up places that I know about that are, like, named certain, like, things. Like, let's see. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's like... Oh, there's like the Devil's Tower and stuff like that. Yeah, if you want to stop the French facade, you can. You're good. I mean, we have the daddy long-legged spider in the suburb, but nothing big. Don't you guys have like the fucking giant huntsman spiders and like spider season and shit like that? Like, genuine question. Don't you have like things like that? Ugh. Also, there's an ad break going on right now, currently. So for anyone wondering, hello, my name is SL Eclipse, otherwise known as Eclipse, and nice to meet you all. I am currently dual streaming on both Twitch and YouTube currently, so hello everyone. On YouTube, I believe, we hit our goal for 750, so thank you guys so much for that. I guess our next goal, what, is 800, I guess? I don't want to put that for the end of this month. That seems... I don't know. But yeah, that's our goal there. And then on Twitch, I believe our next goal is 5,700 subscribers. So thank you guys. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. And currently we're just reading some Reddit horror stories. I'm about to tell my last final real horror story, and then I'm probably gonna end stream to go get myself some dinner and stuff because I have not ate dinner yet and it is getting late. Question for you. Did you have to learn about the emo war in your school? I did not have to learn about it in school. I learned about it on my own accord because I thought it was funny. Also, Ghosty, thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you. Welcome to Stars. Hope you enjoy your time here. I can talk, I promise. There's a spider in my hallway. I can't. My arachnophobia. I can't. Suburbs and city don't have big spiders. Once you go like an hour north or west, it starts getting a bit big. Okay. I know nothing about Australia because like I don't think I have a lot of viewers from Australia, and the one viewer that I did have from Australia, if I can say Australia, I can't even speak correctly. Oh my god, I've been talking for too long. My one viewer, who was Australian, is Australian. They have not been around in a hot second because they got busy with life and stuff. So, I gotta ask, is there a spider that, like, hides under a clock and just hides there? Because that's terrifying. Hello! Hi! Welcome in! I see you! Hi! Hello! Hi! How's it going? How you doing? Hi, bestie! Hi! Hope you're doing well today. Welcome in. Snow. I missed you too. I've been kind of sick, which is why I haven't been live in a hot second. Alright. Yep, Melbourne is a city and beach area. Sydney is probably boat life and beach. Brisbane is modern beach, and Gold Coast is paradise. Perth is lonely. Huh. Interesting, okay. How am I? I'm okay. Had a bit of a rough day, but other than that, doing pretty okay. Gonna probably have to end stream relatively soon. I'm sorry, I know you just came in, but I do have to go get some food and everything. Do I remember your actual name or like the one you asked me to call you? I think it was Kennedy, if I remember correctly. I'm really bad with names, so I hope I'm remembering correctly. I hope. Yes? Okay, cool. Awesome. Now, do you want to be called Kennedy, or do you want, like, a nickname like Ken? Or, like, what, do you want, like, the full name? I gotta ask, because I know some people prefer, like, one over the other. Any? Okay, cool. Is Perth a big city on the west coast? Legendary 3M story. Ah, yes. Oh, yeah, there was a house where a family of 6 were killed in a house fire and haunts the house. Oh, interesting. About to have dinner, I'm about to have breakfast. Yeah, like I said, it's like, it's 7:30 for me, basically, PM, so... Alright, last story. My personal story. My last personal story. Okay. When I was over at my grandparents' house, they have a very, very old farmhouse. I think it was built in like the 1800s, so very, very old. I've seen very many ghosts there. My mom has seen very many ghosts there. My mom has used a Ouija board there. That's another story for another time. But there's like a lot of shit that goes on there. They also own a lot of woods. So basically, we were there for a 4th of July party, and we were all playing in the woods together, my friends and I. We were like, I think I was 12, 13, and I was playing hide and go seek with a bunch of friends. And my friend at the time, she came up to me, and we were like, you know, playing hide and go seek tag, and we all went into the pine woods. So we're all hiding, and eventually it was time to come back because all the food was done. We were having hamburgers, hot dogs, you know, the normal 4th of July stuff. And basically, my friend ran up to me and, like, said, okay, we need to, like, go back because all the food's ready, because she originally was... I think she was originally it, if I remember correctly. So she was, like, running around... catching everyone. And I go walking back after I grab everyone else, and she comes out of my grandparents' house. She doesn't come out of the woods. She doesn't, like, follow us back. She comes out of my grandparents' house. So I look at her and I'm like, where did you just come from? She's like, oh, I was using the bathroom. Like, why? So I look back and I'm like, so you weren't just in the woods? Like, I just saw you. Like, I literally just talked to you face to face. And she's like, no, yeah, I wasn't in the woods at all. Like, I didn't go in the woods at all. I was up here, like, getting a drink, and then I went to the bathroom. So, I don't know what I saw in the woods. I don't know what took over my friend's, like, body or whatever, or, like, took over their face, whatever you want to say, mimicked them, whatever you want to say. But, yeah. Also, sorry, I'm gonna answer straight out. Next stream should be tomorrow around 4:30 p.m. EST, so long as everything goes according to plan. And then, can I go to heaven? Why are we going to heaven? In Minecraft, or... But yeah, I'm sorry. Go get some breakfast. Go get some food. I'm gonna be doing the same very, very soon. But yes, I'm not certain what I saw. Could be a witch. Could be, I thought originally it was like a mimic or something, because it looked exactly like my friend, like I said. So not exactly like I said what exactly it was, but hey, that's an interesting one. But that being said, we are going to end stream there because that's all I got for right now. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate every single one of you. I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna be getting some dinner and everything. I will be live again tomorrow, hopefully around 4:30 p.m. EST. So everyone over on YouTube, bye bye!